Men over 50, let me pose a question. What if I revealed there's a singular location on your physiology that, when addressed properly, can trigger a surge of fresh circulation to your most intimate regions, restore responsiveness, and help you awaken feeling like you did 2 decades ago? It's not positioned on the shaft. It's not a muscle you train at the fitness center, and most men have never even considered it. Yet, in my decade as a urologist, I've witnessed this one straightforward routine performed with a common natural oil restore confidence and performance in ways that genuinely astonish my patients. Today, I'm disclosing precisely where that location is, why it's so potent, and how you can begin utilizing it tonight to naturally strengthen your firmness without medications or complicated devices. By the conclusion of this presentation, you'll comprehend why castor oil can be such a powerful ally for circulation, nerve responsiveness, and hormonal equilibrium. You'll also discover exactly where to administer it, how frequently, and what transformations you might anticipate over the approaching weeks. So please remain attentive, because the specifics here genuinely matter. Before I reveal the exact location and the method for administering the castor oil, we first need to comprehend what's genuinely occurring inside the male physiology after reaching 50. You see, firmness is not merely a moment of arousal or a simple physical reaction. It's one of the most intricate events your physiology can produce. It requires perfect coordination among your brain, your hormone system, your network of sensitive nerves, and a precise response from your vascular pathways. If even one of these elements decelerates or becomes less efficient, the entire process can feel diminished, slower, or less reliable. With time, the vascular pathways that supply your erectile tissue can lose some of their natural flexibility. They become less capable of opening wide and permitting that surge of circulation you require for rigidity. When that circulation does arrive, it can be more challenging to keep it captured inside the erectile chambers. Simultaneously, your testosterone levels, the hormones that fuel not only desire but also tissue wellness, may begin declining gradually. This progressive shift can influence your vitality, your mood, and the very strength of your firmness. Another transformation that often goes unnoticed is in the microscopic nerve terminals that carry signals of pleasure from the anatomy to the brain. Over the decades, these nerve terminals can lose some of their responsiveness, meaning the identical touch or stimulation that once sparked a powerful response may now feel diminished. And we cannot forget about the pelvic floor musculature, those deep, often overlooked muscles that act like a retention mechanism to keep circulation in the anatomy once it's there. With age, these muscles can deteriorate, and when they do, firmness is more likely to fade before you want it to. Now here's the point where many men begin to lose hope. They assume this gradual decline is just an unavoidable part of aging, that nothing can be done to reverse it. I can tell you from years of working with patients that this is simply not accurate. The physiology, even past 50, still has remarkable capacity for recovery if you provide it the proper kind of stimulation, care, and environment. When you target the correct structures, the muscles, the vascular pathways, the nerves, you can restore vitality in ways that feel almost like reversing the clock. And this is precisely where castor oil becomes such a surprising and powerful instrument. It's not a miraculous potion, but when administered to the proper place in the proper way, it can support circulation, awaken dormant nerve terminals, and help recondition the pelvic area for stronger, more dependable firmness. In just a moment, I'll demonstrate exactly how to utilize it. Castor oil is not just any ordinary oil you might locate in your kitchen or bathroom cabinet. It has a very unique composition, the most significant part of which is a natural compound called ricinoleic acid. This compound is what provides castor oil its remarkable healing characteristics. It operates as a natural anti-inflammatory, calming irritation deep within tissues and soothing areas that may be tight, tense, or under strain. It also supports circulation by helping vascular pathways relax and open, allowing more oxygen-rich circulation to flow where it's needed. And perhaps just as importantly, it encourages the lymphatic system, your body's internal cleansing crew, to move more efficiently, clearing away accumulated toxins and waste products that can slow healing and reduce tissue vitality. These qualities are why, for hundreds of years, castor oil applications have been utilized in traditional medicine across cultures. People would administer them to the abdomen to stimulate sluggish organs like the liver, to sore joints to ease pain, or to the skin to accelerate recovery from injury. The oil's deep, penetrating nature made it a favorite remedy for problems that needed more than surface-level treatment. When we focus on male intimate wellness, the genuine magic of castor oil lies in the same ability to sink deeply into tissues. It doesn't just sit on top of the skin. It moves through the layers, reaching areas that are rich in vascular pathways and nerve terminals. When administered over key zones that influence erectile function, castor oil can help muscles release long-held tension, improve the openness of vascular pathways, and bring fresh, nourishing circulation to the erectile tissues. It's also incredibly effective at feeding those delicate nerve terminals that may have become less responsive with age. Think of it like gently reawakening a pathway that has been quiet for too long. This renewed nerve activity can mean greater responsiveness, more natural arousal, and a stronger brain-body connection during intimacy. Many men who attempt this technique describe the effect in very similar words. They call it a gentle awakening or a quiet switch, turning back on. They notice a subtle warmth, a pleasant fullness, or even a tingling in areas that hadn't felt that way in years. This is not about forcing the physiology, but about creating the proper environment for it to remember how to perform at its best. And when this deep-acting oil is combined with the specific administration spot I'm about to reveal, the results can be surprisingly powerful. Not in a sudden, artificial way, but in a steady, natural return of function that feels like your own physiology working exactly as it should. So, where exactly should this be administered? The secret location is not actually on the shaft itself, as many might assume. It's the perineum, that soft, slightly muscular area situated between the scrotum and the anus. Although it might not seem like an obvious choice, this small area is, in fact, a major crossroads for some of the most important structures that control firmness. Beneath this layer of skin lies the bulbospongiosus muscle, which acts almost like a natural valve, helping to capture circulation inside the anatomy and maintain rigidity. Running through this region are also branches of the pudendal nerve, which carry the crucial signals of arousal and sensation to and from the brain. Alongside these nerves are arteries that supply fresh, oxygen-rich circulation directly to the erectile tissue. In other words, this is not just a patch of skin, it's a command hub for intimate performance. When you administer castor oil here, you're doing far more than simply moisturizing the surface. You're delivering its deep, penetrating properties right into the core of your pelvic floor. The oil encourages those muscles to soften and release tension, allowing vascular pathways to expand and deliver a healthier flow. It also nourishes and stimulates the nerve pathways that may have been sluggish or underactive for years. This combination of muscle relaxation, improved circulation supply, and nerve reactivation creates the perfect environment for stronger, more consistent firmness. In my experience, this can be especially transformative for men who have noticed a gradual decline. Perhaps their morning responses are not as firm, or they find themselves losing rigidity too soon during intimacy. By targeting this location, you're addressing several underlying factors at once, rather than just the surface symptoms. Here's how to do it correctly, so you get the maximum benefit. Begin by making sure the area is clean and completely dry. This ensures that the oil can absorb deeply without any barrier on the skin. Take a teaspoon of pure, cold-pressed castor oil. And I cannot stress enough the importance of using a high-quality, unrefined oil, as this keeps all of its natural compounds intact. Warm the oil gently, either by rubbing it slowly between your fingers and palms, or by placing the teaspoon in a small bowl of warm water for a few minutes. You're not looking for high heat, just enough to make it pleasantly warm when it touches your skin. Once the oil is ready, settle into a comfortable position where you can easily reach the perineum. Using slow, firm, yet gentle movements, begin massaging the oil into that area. Your aim is to press deeply enough to feel the underlying muscle, but without creating any discomfort. Imagine you're coaxing the tissue to soften, open, and receive the nourishment. Allow your fingers to move in small, steady circles or gentle strokes, covering the entire space between the scrotum and the anus. Spend at least 2 to 3 minutes here, longer if you can. This is not about speed. It's about giving your physiology the time to respond. The more mindful and unhurried your touch, the more the muscles and vascular pathways in this area will relax. Many men find that focusing on their breathing while doing this, slow inhale, slow exhale, helps release even more tension and encourages the physiology to welcome the sensation. For an added boost, once the massage is complete, place a warm compress or a folded towel that has been dipped in warm water over the area for about 15 minutes. The combination of heat and oil creates a deeper level of penetration into the tissues and enhances circulation even further. You might feel a gentle warmth spreading across your pelvic region. This is a sign that circulation is increasing. I recommend making this a calming end-of-day ritual. Doing it in the evening, when your physiology is already beginning to unwind, allows the tissues to stay relaxed and continue absorbing the oil overnight without interruption. With regular practice, this simple routine can become a quiet, restorative habit that supports not only your intimate wellness, but also your overall sense of well-being. Some men tell me they begin noticing subtle transformations within just a few days, perhaps a gentle warmth, a light tingling sensation, or a feeling of more aliveness in the pelvic area. For others, the improvements build more slowly, often taking 2 to 4 weeks of regular administration before they notice clear signs like stronger morning rigidity or the ability to maintain firmness more reliably during intimacy. Every physiology responds at its own pace, and that's perfectly normal. What's important to remember is that this is not a quick, artificial boost like a pill. Instead, it's a process of gently retraining your physiology, reconditioning your tissues, and restoring the natural mechanisms that support healthy function. Along the way, you may notice some surprising extra benefits. Many men report feeling a greater sense of ease in the pelvic floor, as if tension they didn't even realize they were holding has been released. Others mention less stiffness or tightness in the lower back, since the muscles and nerves in this region are closely interconnected. And in some cases, men find that their urinary control improves. They can hold their bladder more easily and experience fewer nighttime bathroom trips. This is no coincidence. The same nerves and muscle groups that help you achieve and maintain firmness also play a direct role in bladder wellness. Of course, castor oil alone will give you the best results when it's supported by healthy daily habits that nourish your circulation and balance your hormones. Make it a priority to stay well hydrated throughout the day so your circulation flows freely and your tissues stay plump and responsive. Include plenty of leafy greens and beets in your meals to naturally boost nitric oxide, a compound that helps vascular pathways open wider and deliver more oxygen to every part of your physiology, including your most intimate areas. Choose foods rich in healthy fats like salmon, walnuts, and extra virgin olive oil, which provide the building blocks for healthy testosterone levels and supple vascular pathway walls. In addition to diet, consider adding gentle pelvic floor exercises into your weekly routine. Kegels, when done correctly, can strengthen the very muscles that help capture circulation inside the anatomy, making your firmness not just stronger, but also longer lasting. Even a few minutes a day can create noticeable improvement over time. And finally, never underestimate the role of your mind in your intimate wellness. Stress, worry, and constant tension flood the physiology with hormones that tighten vascular pathways and dampen desire. Taking time each day for relaxation is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Whether you find calm through deep breathing, a slow evening walk, stretching before bed, or simply sitting quietly in your favorite chair, these moments of rest help your physiology shift into a state where intimacy feels natural and enjoyable again. When you combine castor oil therapy with these supportive habits, you create the perfect environment for lasting, meaningful transformation. Castor oil is generally safe for external use, but it's important to choose a pure, cold-pressed variety to make sure you're getting all of its natural benefits without added chemicals or processing that could irritate the skin. Avoid using it on broken, inflamed, or irritated skin, as this can cause discomfort and slow healing. If you ever experience significant pelvic pain, sudden or unexplained changes in erectile function, or other unusual symptoms, please see your doctor promptly to rule out any underlying conditions that may require treatment. If you're taking medications for blood pressure, heart disease, or other circulation-related concerns, it's always wise to let your physician know before adding any new regimen, even a natural one like this. Your doctor can guide you in making sure that this practice works safely alongside your current care plan. Remember, the goal here is not just improvement, but improvement in a way that supports your overall wellness for years to come. So to all the men watching, I want you to remember this. Your physiology is far more adaptable than you might believe. Even after 50, it's capable of responding, healing, and regaining strength in ways that can genuinely surprise you. With the proper care, the proper stimulation, and the proper habits, you can reignite that spark you thought was fading for good and enjoy intimacy that feels confident, natural, and fulfilling. Try this simple castor oil technique consistently and give your physiology the nourishment it needs, both from the outside and the inside. Support it with healthy food, good hydration, and daily moments of relaxation. And you might just find yourself experiencing transformations that go beyond what you hoped for. Don't rush the process. Trust it. And if you have found this information helpful or encouraging, please don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you care about who could benefit from it. You never know how much of a difference a simple piece of knowledge can make in someone else's life. Wishing you health, vitality, and confidence at every stage of life. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Until then, take care of yourself, listen to your physiology, and never stop believing in its ability to restore and renew.